pulled into a meeting this morning. So it's just me today, but we're going to do our best to do a good job. So we're going to say big waves out there. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. I hope everybody had a beautiful Mother's Day. Celebrated, hopefully you were celebrated or you got to celebrate somebody else, or you just had a nice, calm Sunday. My kids took me to the zoo because they know that the way to my heart is critters. So it was perfect. It kind of felt a little bit like, when you would get dragged to the zoo with your kids when they were little, and then now we kind of switched roles there where I guess I was dragged. I don't know how it worked, but it was perfect. We got to see critters, so that was lovely. And we have a birthday girl today, so we're going to be wishing Melinda Stevens a very happy birthday. And if there's anybody else out there that we're missing your birthday, well, let us know because we want to share our wonderful voices with you. That is our goal for this Monday morning. So, our word today is relentless. And I thought this was a good way to kick off a Monday because you know what? Sometimes we have to be a little bit relentless on a Monday because maybe we don't wake up necessarily with a whole lot of motivation some Mondays. So we've got to kind of push into it. So the definition of relentless is it's an adjective and it describes a person or an effort that's persistent, unyielding, and determined. And it conveys this sense of unwavering commitment and an unwillingness to give in or surrender. And I think there's all places like, oh my gosh, as a mom, I can picture like a 4-year-old. Are they not the most relentless humans in the entire world? Like at our house, this actually hasn't changed, but my son just loved him some sugar. And we're kind of a low sugar household, or we try to be. When I had a little bit more control, we definitely were. And he would just be relentless. He wanted something, something, something maybe at all times, and it could be a little frustrating. But I'll tell you, doesn't that bode us well as adults when we can absolutely lean into being relentless and not give up? And we're just persistent and we keep asking and, pushing and all of those things. Like, I think there's a lot of power in that. And Winston Churchill is known for saying, success is not final, failure is not fatal. It's the courage that to continue that counts. So when we are relentless, when we have the courage to be relentless, that's what really moves the needle in our life and allows us to go achieve the things that maybe we're looking to achieve. And maybe that's in our relationship or our health or in our business or in a million different areas. If we can be relentless, we can get a lot more out of life than maybe we would get if we were a little bit more well, we'll just say relaxed, maybe a little less committed, whatever it may be. So, being relentless doesn't necessarily mean that we're flashy or showy. It just means that we choose to keep pressing forward even when the outcome isn't guaranteed. And being relentless in the face of the challenges is crucial for us to move to the next level and for achieving success in whatever area that we're looking at. And I don't know about you guys, today is day one of my Kristen White shred challenge. Anybody else that's day one that you maybe, okay, Christine, so you were on the IPA with us last week. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, well, maybe Christine can share the website in the chat because I kept giving out the wrong one. I had a bunch of people say that they were going to join me, and I was missing something critical in there, and I don't have the right one. But it's a 90-day kind of 12-week fitness program where we're going to go, we're going to use this website, and we're going to exercise with Kristen White. And I'll tell you, she is relentless in her pursuit of fitness. So we're going to have to be a little relentless if we're going to make it through. So I'm a little nervous on this day one. But it's important because if we want to achieve our goals, my goals, you guys know what are my long-term goals. I want to be able to lift all of my luggage in the overhead bin, regardless of how many days I packed into that carry-on bag. I want to be able to crawl down off to the floor and get back up with these imaginary grandbabies. And all of that is going to take me getting a little bit more fit at 50 so that I bring that fitness into 60, 70, and beyond. Thank you, Carrie Ann. We've got it. So 90 days to shred. So it's the two that I was missing. 90 days to shred.com. Thank you so much. And so that is a website that Kristen White has created. There's a free version, there's a paid version. I don't actually know the difference yet. So just, whatever, check it out. But we can all go be relentless together. So, what are some of the importance of relentless? We've already kind of talked about a little bit of this. Achieving our goals. So, relentlessness is crucial for achieving long-term goals because you know what? We're going to have obstacles. We're going to get distracted. We're going to get unmotivated. We're going to have setbacks. We're going to have challenges. All of those things that are inevitable when we're trying to be successful in whatever area that we're looking to achieve in. And so perseverance can help us overcome those challenges. This relentlessness allows us to keep going. So the quote that I found today was by John D. Rockefeller, and he said, I do not think that there is any other quality so essential to success of any kind as the quality of perseverance. It overcomes almost everything, even nature. And I'm going to put that in the chat because that was really hard for me to read. So you guys might not have got all of that. It was pretty wordy. So we put that in the chat so you guys can read it too. But what I looked into is okay, there's days, right, that I just want to snuggle back under the blankets. I don't necessarily want to be relentless. I want to just say, you know what, I'm just going to let everybody else go achieve, and I'm just going to sit here and relax, whatever it may be. So how can I be more relentless? How can I develop this muscle inside of me so that I can persevere, so that I can keep going? So first of all, I want to begin with the end in mind. So when I define what I want, right? When I'm picturing those imaginary grandbabies and how much fun I'm going to magically be with these little tiny humans, well, that allows me to get a little bit more excited about exercising today, right? That motivates me to be a little bit more fun today so that I have the ability to do that later. So when I have that objective and feels really, really clear, then I know what I'm working towards, right? I know what's exciting. I know the fun. I know whatever it may be in front of me. So knowing what I'm working towards provides that focus, it provides that motivation, and it makes it easier for me to stay relentless. But if I just say, you know what? I just need to be healthier. I just need to get a little stronger. And I'm really vague on why I want these things. It's a lot easier for me to say, okay, nobody's watching me work out here. So I can just go hit the easy button. I can sit down and let Kristen keep going while I'm not going. Like I can give myself all of these outs when I don't know why I'm fighting for whatever it is I'm fighting for. Number two is I can build resilience by viewing failure as opportunities to learn and grow. If I can keep on trucking, right? If I can just see these setbacks as temporary and I learn from them rather than letting them deter me, then I can keep going and I can keep being relentless. So, if I think, oh man, I tripped, right? I said that quote wrong. I misspelled whatever. Like if I use these small or big setbacks as a failure point and I say, oh man, I just can't do it anymore, well, then I'm going to give up being relentless before I even start. So if I realize, you know what? I am an incredibly flawed human and I'm going to make a billion mistakes today and tomorrow and the next day, but that's okay. I can keep going even with those mistakes because I'll learn something when I do it. Well, then I can allow myself to be a little bit more relentless. Number three is to be a rock. And what does that mean? That means I've got to maintain consistency. If I establish daily habits and routines that move me towards my goals and contribute to them, well, then we're going to ensure having progress. So if I know, right, for example, that my water bottle is next to my coffee pot, and I don't allow myself to press the start button on the coffee pot until my first water bottle is empty, well, that's just part of my habit. That's just part of what I do in the morning. Well, I'm a lot more likely to drink that water, hit that first little goal so I can move in the right direction. Whatever it may be, if I have these habits in place, it allows me to be a lot more persistent. And we've talked about this before. I'm looking around for the book, but I guess I don't have it on my desk right now. Normally I do. Goodness gracious. now I'm forgetting the name of it because I can't think of it. Habit stacking. So if we can stack our habits, that can allow us to be a lot more successful. So we've talked about flossing before and how important it is, but it's probably not something that maybe we think about first thing. But if we put the floss next to our toothbrush, we're probably going to do it. So number four is to be a half full kind of person. So if we can work, and this has got to be work, right? Sometimes, but if we can cultivate a positive mindset to overcome that self-doubt, that negativity that we can creep into, that can help us fuel that determination. It can help us push through in those challenging times. So, we're not always failing. We just tripped in that moment and we can keep going. And then lastly, and this one can be hard for some of us, but go with the flow. If we can stay flexible, if we can stay adaptable, that can allow us to be more relentless. Because being relentless doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be rigid. It doesn't mean that we have to stick to a specific plan in all moments when our circumstances change. It means that we can be persistent enough to be flexible and adjust our approach as needed without abandoning our goals. So that was our Relentless Monday today. Thank you for being relentless with me and sticking with me on this beautiful morning. And now I need you all to share your voices because we are going to sing to our very own Melinda. She's been part of our Coaches Corner community since the very beginning. So, Melinda Stevens, happy birthday. And we're so excited to sing to you today. So,
Happy
happy
birthday
birthday
to
Happy
you.
birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday.
to
Happy
you.
birthday,
Happy
Happy
Melinda.
birthday,
birthday,
Happy
Melinda.
Melinda.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
birthday
to
to
you.
you. I hope you have a
you.
beautiful
Happy
birthday.
Happy
birthday,
Birthday to
Beautiful
you.
Melinda.
Monday.
God
We'll see you
bless
back
you and
tomorrow with
keep you.
Coach next